There we are. Hello everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel. Oh, it has been some time since I've streamed last and I do apologize about that. Why am I wearing these? These are getting pretty worn. Look at that. That's actually kind of grody. Actually, it's not really grody. It's actually just like ripped and broken up. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. So. I was chilling out in my store here in Arizona, and I was talking lore with somebody, and I was actually having like the time of my life talking lore with them. It was a lot of fun. This shirt is a lot lower than I thought it was. Let's pull this up a little bit. There we go. But no, I was talking lore with some people in my store, and I was just like, I realized that I should make a lore series, but not take it seriously, and just be like, this is the lore without a script, and just tell people like random snippets of lore here and there, because that would just be like a lot of fun. I think it would be a lot of fun. I was also working on miniatures today, and I finished up Rosalina. If you don't know, Rosalina is this girl right here. That's Rosalina. That's her faithful companion, Morano, right next to her. But yeah, so I finished her up today. I used a Raging Heroes model for her, and I got 2 servo skulls on her. One is actually from Belisarius Call, and the other one is actually from, oh, what are you from? You're from the Sister Battle Kit. Yeah. Well, my machine is broken at work. Time to sit and chill. Awesome. Well, it's not awesome that your machine broke. I do apologize about that, and I hope you get it fixed at some point. Depending on your pay grade, I would say either fast or slow. If you're getting paid below $20 an hour, it could be broken for a few days. Oh no, I wouldn't fix it. But yeah. I was thinking about doing this stream and talking about it and engaging the ideas and see what you guys think about this whole thing, because I think it could be a lot of fun. Not Serious Lore explained to me how Magnus is technically the first Supreme Grandmaster of the Grey Knights. Well, he's not. Like, let's just, no, he's not. Magnus is just dumb. Like, Magnus Magnus is the perfect example of somebody who thinks they're doing the right thing and just keeps getting everything. You okay, computer? What just happened? Like, why did you lose focus all of a sudden? Computer, you feeling all right? Come on, focus. Focus. What the hell just happened to my webcam? Like, that's out of nowhere. Okay, this is super irritating. How the hell do I, like, can I manually fix this? What if I just turn it off really quickly and turn it back on? No, won't fix. Okay, let's black you out, and then let's do this, and then you should what are you focusing on? You're not getting me mixed up with the wall again, are you? I'm not that pale. Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this. Okay. Okay. Focus on me. Nope, now I got stuff on the lens. This is amazing. I love this. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. This is going to be fixed. Why are you not, like, focusing on me? What the hell is going on? Okay, you did it, finally. I started talking. You're right. That was literally Magnus. Just talking crap about Magnus? Nope. Let's get you unfocused. Dumb. So dumb. Let's see. You are now in focus. If you were a VTuber, this wouldn't have happened. Yeah, but I'm cute, so I don't want to be a VTuber. I like showing me, like as me, and I'm pretty animated as is. So, and that's not a shot at VTubers. There are plenty of very, very, very beautiful VTubers out there who look amazing, and I absolutely love them. That's just, I don't want to hide behind a persona. Well, I do hide behind persona, but it's not. It's a physical one. It's different. And besides, like, my character is literally based off of me, so I really can't. Hey NornQueenAlexis, my girlfriend has a Canoness, a box of Sister of Battle troops, Repentia, a Chaos Rhino, Sacristans, and we want to get her 1k points. What model should we get her next? Okay, so it sounds like you got a decent start. And personally, I would probably go with more Sacristans and a couple more Rhinos. Like, that would be the set that I go with. And it really depends which branch you go with for your Sisters of Battle. Like, if you go Bloody Rose, which it looks like your list is kind of being based off of, I would definitely go with more Sacristans. They're better than Repentia right now. I'd get yourself a Priest at some point, and really just work from there. Just Rhinos are really good. You have the hiccups. Sorry. Rhinos, Sacristans, I really like them. Just rush them up the board and just throw them at your opponent as quickly as possible with a Dogmata nearby to give them +1 attack, and like just try to rip something apart in close combat. The Machine Sphere keeps getting pissed about cameras for almost everyone. True. Oh, hey, Geeko. Hey, Alexis. Sup for my lunch break. Yeah, you don't want to be an anime shark girl. I get you. Yeah, and I'm not... Okay, so here's the weirdest thing about me. I like anime. I 100% like anime, okay? I can name, like, 3 of my favorites off the top of my head is Deers, Naruto, and... Ooh, what is my 3rd favorite? I'd probably have to say, like, Wolverine. I really like Wolverine. Ooh, but there's also Witch Hunter Robin and Spice and Wolf. Okay, so I can name a few that I really like. But, like, overall, I wouldn't consider myself a weeb, even though I have, like, anime plushies up there and all this other stuff. It's just I never dove too deep into the culture. I do have a bunch of cosplays, too. So, yeah. But I wouldn't say that I'm a weeb, because I don't dive into that whole thing, and you'll never see me go, like, yeah? And you'll never actually, like, that's not something I would do. Though I have been thinking about doing videos for TikTok where I'm just in my sororitas cosplay just reacting to a bunch of different things, like especially dances, and I just look at it and go, Inquisitor, is this some kind of ritual? And, you know, things like that, and it would just be like a Sister of Battle's take on a lot of the TikTok trends, or doing the TikTok trends in my full sororitas armor, because that would be kind of fun. Wait for the combat patrol. I don't think Sisters are getting a combat patrol. Sacristans aren't that amazing. Repentia are better. That's just a lie. Repentia are worse in every way. Sacristans have a 4-up invulnerable save, a 2-up normal save, so they can actually be away from people and still be really good. Repentia max out at 40 attacks. Sacristans max out at 40 attacks with strength 8 or strength 7. They can both max out at strength 7. It's just Sacristans are better. Like, they're just better. Looking for fun games, not too competitive. Then yeah. If you're not competitive, buy what you would like. Okay, this other guy is trying to give you advice and everything, and I think that's really cool. Keep at it. Personally, I want to try getting 30 Sacristans on the field and 30, oh my god, what are they called? Seraphim. Just the sword women on the field, and just rush that with Celestine, a Canoness, a Dogmata at my opponent and see what happens. And just keep like 3 or 4 Battle Sister squads just in the background, just, you know, doing whatever. You know, Is what it is. The air is really dry here. My nose is tearing itchy. So I apologize. What up? Oh, hey, Zypher. Zypher is a good friend of mine. He does a lot of the artwork for the channel. Are you really not going to focus? Focus on me. Stop focusing on the books in the background. Focus on me. What was it? I posted a picture on Facebook, and I wish I had my phone because I could grab the picture, but my phone is across the room and I am in pajamas, so I'm not standing up. Actually, they're like long pajamas too. They're like super comfy. But yeah. I got the Corpse Grinder Cultist from Necromunda modified to be Chaos Cultist for 40k. Any other ideas on diversifying my Chaos Cult? Honestly, just buy a lot of the Warcraft. Now I'm upset. Camera, what are you doing? Like, focus on my nails then. Follow my nails. There you go. You did it. See? And my nails are really cute. But get some of the Warcry bands. They're really cool for throwing them into like Chaos Cultists and everything. You can even do it with other Necromunda gangs. Like you could do some Eschers in there as well. And that could be really cool. We got 35 people in chat, which is really cool. All right, let's see. I'm still mad Telemans went up to 280 points base. They should have just made the storm cannons 20 points each. Yeah, kind of. Although Teleman close combat dreadnoughts and just teleporting them into your opponent's lines is also really fun. But yeah, I get you. The Teleman isn't really worth bringing anymore, in my opinion. But I am having fun with the Gladiator, the one with the spear and the one with the sword. Like, I really, really like those. By the way, before this was about to ask, do you prefer Sacristans or Repentia? But I think I already know the answer. Yeah, Repentia got super nerfed. Like, they can't attack again. They can still swing when they die, which is cool, but overall, I'm just like, eh. But Sacristans have survivability, which I really like. Alexis, 2 questions. 1, what did I miss? A lot. Everything. Everything and everything. Anything that you can never get back. And knowing that the past is fleeting and you can never have it back. And knowing that if you work for a living, you are spending years of your life giving to somebody else, knowing full well you'll never gain that material value out of it. And overall, you will achieve absolutely nothing when you should be spending time with your friends and family, and that's what being in the present really is. But aside from that, we've been talking about 40k. Your thoughts on GW banning any 3D printed stuff in their tournaments? It makes perfect sense. Like, okay, this is going to ruffle a lot of people, and I'm not saying this because I'm sponsored by Games Workshop, because they don't watch my videos, and I have a contract with them that says that I can say whatever I want. But it's kind of like showing up to a freaking Magic the Gathering tournament with proxies. You just can't. I understand why they want to like ban 3D printed miniatures, because it goes against like their actual it goes against the principle of buying the miniatures, supporting the locals, and supporting the tournament itself when you're just buying from third parties. Ultimately, I think GW should have just bought the third party freaking companies like Puppets War. They should have just bought them. They should have bought like a whole bunch of the third party things. I don't know why they haven't bought Creature Caster yet. Like, they're a multi-million-dollar corporation. They should start acting like it. Like, just buy other companies. You can do it. And they wouldn't have this problem. But overall, I really think that it's kind of dumb when it's like shoulder pads or like faces, which don't change the model's like outlook. But this is only at like high-end tournament level. And most of the time, nobody's going to care. Like, unless the tournament is strictly in a Games Workshop store or a Games Workshop run event where they are going to look at every single miniature forever, then it's not really going to matter. Just saying. Like, your locals isn't going to enforce that. Okay. Just a quick question. What do you think is better on the tabletop, Dark Angels or Blood Angels? Personally, I like Dark Angels a little bit better, but Blood Angels are very, very, very aggressive and can grab objectives a lot better than Dark Angels can. I think Dark Angels have survivability, where Blood Angels are a glass hammer that hits really freaking hard. Both are really good. I personally prefer Dark Angels. Hence why I checked my email like every 6 hours to get an Achilles Dread. Yeah, that's fair. Sisters have become a big part of GW's marketing. If you had to pick a third faction to be the face of the marketing, what would you pick? That is an excellent question. I actually really like that question. But if I had to pick, I would honestly go with the Eldar. It's a Xenos faction. They're still humanoid enough that they can show more diversity within the Eldar themselves. They're not limited by stupid lore like the Space Marines are, where they have to be manly men and blah, and they're stupid looking. And that's why Sisters of Battle are gaining way more popularity than Space Marines. But I think it should be either Eldar or Tyranids. And they really need to choose whether or not Tyranids are actually going to be a threat to the galaxy. Just wanted to say thank you for your new Sister Codex review. My wife is looking at starting collecting them, and it gave us a good starting point. Oh, thank you so much. Jesus, lady, tone it down. Yeah, my rant about wasting one's life. I've debated becoming a government sponge. Do it. Hey there, NornQueen. I pictured SpongeBob. Sorry, I'm stupid. How goes it tonight? It's going really well. But what about when people want to play armies that aren't supported by GW? I know that the case is with a lot of Imperial Guard regiments. Well, again, it's at high-level tournament play is when you're going to start seeing this rule enforced. And Imperial Guard don't make it to high-end tournament play. So there's that. The other big thing is play the things you like. Don't go to tournaments. Don't go to GW tournaments. There's LVO, there's Nova, and there's Adepticon. And I think 2 out of 3 of them are done up by GW, but they're not enforced. I can guarantee it. And if you are going to face an opponent that is going to enforce that, then don't play them. Like, at your locals, it's not going to matter. In your local tournaments, it's not going to matter. Let's see. Another question. What do you think about these units, the Paragon Suits and Dominions? I think that the Paragons are a bit underwhelming, but the Dominions are surprisingly good. Dominions have always been good, and they're amazing if you take repressors. I'm gonna bring back the repressor list, by the way. But Dominions with Sacristans in them, or Dominions with a unit of Battle Sisters to get around the battlefield extra quick is super useful, and I really like Dominions, and I like what they're doing. War Suits are interesting. They're either really good or terrible. The fact that they can't up their invulnerable save outside of prayers, I think, is underwhelming. And there's no way of healing them, and there's no way of actually getting them onto the tabletop to survive. But if you're not taking Retributors anymore, and you want something that hits harder in a Bloody Rose detachment, but you also want the firepower of a Retributor squad, but you don't want to take up the 2 slots, they're a really, really, really good hybrid unit of both of them. They have the multi-meltas. They have 3 of them in the unit. They have the Stormbolters. Their output is incredibly good, and getting them across the battlefield isn't that hard. So it's really about forcing your opponent to target them as a distraction Carnifex, and yeah, just have at thee. I personally like them. I think they're really good. They need to drop in points a little bit, because a Icarus las cannon or a Cognus las cannon or whatever that las cannon from the Admech is, and the Dark Lance of the Dark Eldar or the Drukhari is just going to wipe them out. but ultimately a lot of other armies are going to suffer with them. They're a really fun unit to play with, but personally I think there's better options in the book. Orks, wah! Love Orks. Eldar for life. I can believe it. Good job, pointy ears. Okay, let's see. With Eldari and sisters, you can use your waifu's compliments. Okay, that's pretty fun. I feel like they need to bring word bearers back to the fold. Honestly, I want to see a chaos war between Abaddon and the Black Legion versus the word bearers of Logar. I thought the word bearers were okay with him. They're actually like really chill, aren't they? Are you going to LVO? No, I'm not going to any events this year. I'm kind of taking this year off from events that don't have to do with like things outside of 40K. Like I'm not doing 40K events this year. I'm not feeling it, and I want to be safe. So yeah, I'm just not doing events just yet. I came to find out Space Marine regulars can't take a Chaos Dreadnought to the face. I mean, most armies can't take a metal Dreadnought to the face. Like, if you just put a Dreadnought in a sock, an old metal one, and swing it at your opponent's face, chances are they can't take it either. It's a really solid way of winning a game. If they don't have, they're just slow playing because they're unconscious on the floor. Seems like a pretty solid strategy to me. This is a joke, by the way. I just want Chaos Demons to actually be a threat again. I haven't lost a game really with my Slaanesh Demons, and they're right there. That's my Slaanesh Demon army. 3 Keepers of Secrets, all exalted, all with the 4-up invo, are amazing. Especially with a new Gal Vorback HQ model coming to 30K. Can we just say they need to take 30K and just put it as Age of not Age of Sigmar. They need to turn it to oh my god, Brain work. Siege of Terra. There we go. There's Brain. Brain did good. Who is messaging me? Don't message me while I'm doing stuff. So let's see. A Magic player, high-level tournament, take away everything fun from the game. No, it doesn't. High-level tournament play does not take away the fun of the game. It is just a different way of playing the game. In fact, high-level tournament play is absolutely necessary for a game like 40K. It's an absolute necessity for actually getting this game balanced. Like, we need tournament players. We need them to break armies so that your friend and you're at your locals, you don't just get that one person who is taking the broken list all the time. You need those tournament players to actually keep the game balanced. Like, I hate to say it, but I fully agree with GW looking at tournaments and then doing nerfs accordingly. It's how every other high-level tournament game does it. Except for, like, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! And TCG games because they're just trying to shell money out. Neutron lasers, thank you. Space Marine chapters or Craft World armies named Clashing Dragons. Ooh, that could be cool. You could call it Clashing Ryu and have a really fun army list for Eldar since they're based off of like Chinese and Japanese mythologies. I'm taking Retributors still. Dominions plus Rhino plus Argent Shroud makes them a threat range of 26 plus D6. When you do plus D6, it's just 3. It's actually 3.7, but still. For short range meltas and fires, I actually don't think Argent Shroud is the way to go. I get it. I understand why a lot of people are doing it, but I personally think if you're going to do like blob units, Martyred Lady is still the better way to go, because once you take one casualty, the unit is hitting on 2s, making all of their shots better. But that's just me. Strictly me. See, they are cool, but if you take the end of the Battlefleet Gothic as canon, it seems like the Word Bearer Apostles is only grudgingly accepting of Abaddon as War Master. Yeah, that might be his warband. It might not be the entirety of the Word Bearer's like army or legion. Keep in mind, a lot of them are not. They don't cooperate within their own ranks. Like the Night Lords are famous for this. They will attack each other and they will kill each other. But if anything pops up about their good old boy Batman, I can't remember his name right now because he's so unimportant, they all unify and go and fight that. Slaanesh demons are good, no other demons. Yeah, other demons now. Yeah, I agree with that. Nurgle is probably the best right now in terms of like after Slaanesh. So yeah. So they are cool, but if you take... Okay, I just read that one. Hell yeah, that's awesome to hear about the Slaanesh success. I'm converting up some demonettes at the moment. I'm not having a ton of luck with Nurgle at the moment. No, Nurgle is going to be very tough for you. Slaanesh is probably the best in 40k, and the way that you have to do the list is Slaanesh with 3 Keepers of Secrets, Shalaxi, or the one with the 2, the Vengeful Allegiance, and I actually bring a few like big units. I love bringing Legends units because if I'm playing Slaanesh demons, I'm playing for fun. So I like bringing Clawed Fiends, like giant Clawed Fiends. Let's see. Supposedly there's a new box set between... I'm not sure if that's a new box set. I don't believe those rumors. Okay, because I saw everything that's in there, and if you read the last few White Dwarfs, you know that they're showing armies on parade, and that would just be one of them. Personally, I don't believe that they're actually going to revamp 30k because I think they're just going to let the game die. And I'm hoping they let the game die because the people that play that game are elitist assholes. Sorry, language. There's a lot of really good players that play 30k. You guys are fantastic, but I guarantee you know at least one person that fits the description that I just gave. So I should not say that the entire community is like that, but there are a lot of people like that in the 30k community. Okay, are you excited to see a new unit released for the different armies like Psychic Awakening did as we move further into 9th edition? Yes, I am. I want to see some close combat freaking Tau. I'm sorry, I just do. Or I want to see Tau with better weapon systems. Because just dive into it. Like, just go full weeb with them. Alright, let's see. I'm starting to do mini photography. Can I share it with you? Post it in my Discord. Conrad. Oh yeah, it's Conrad Kurz. The dude that gets beaten by literally everybody. How do you really feel about 30k? Look, I have like 5 30k armies. Alright, let's see. Hey Alexis, I'm going to... how's it going? It's going really well. So I recently got into Space Marines Codex. What the heck do I do with it, and how could I use it to play Space Wolves, or do I need the Space Wolves Codex? So you need both, unfortunately. It's a bit weird, but there's a lot of units in the Space Marine Codex that you need to use, that can be used along with the Space Wolf Codex. And it's really just about buying them out of that codex and taking them with your Space Wolves, and then taking the detachment keywords for Space Wolves. I'm not saying tournaments should not exist, but the fun from the Hammer tournaments and the Commander nights is very different at the high stakes. Yeah, high stake games are high stake. They're not for everybody. Like I used to do tournament games. My hair will not stay back. I used to do tournament games from 4th edition all the way until like mid 8th edition. Actually more like start of 8th edition. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. Like I had a lot of fun, and I made kind of a name for myself at a lot of tournaments. And I had a lot of fun playing them. But overall, I didn't want to do that much competitive gaming. But at the same time, I was doing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, competitive Magic, competitive Pokemon. I was playing a lot of competitive games at the time, and I just kind of gave up on all of them because, As to the Word Bearers convo, a few warbands of them, including Erebus, follow Abaddon, but the majority of the Word Bearers believe Abaddon, like Horus, is an incompetent screw-up. I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. Hey, do you think the Paragon War Suits are going to get hit with the new FAQ? This fall, Castigator or Exorcist? I don't know what you mean by the last part of it, but I'm hoping that the FAQ... Focus. It's not going to focus. Okay. So that's really annoying. Let's try to get it to focus again. Focus on my nails. Follow my nails. There we go. Okay. So what I think is going to happen in the Paragon War Suits is they need to go down to about 220, and then they're really, really, really fair. At 270, they're a little bit too much, but I think at a solid price of like 230, they would be a fantastic unit. What video games are you looking forward to playing this year? Honestly, I don't know. The new Fallout game looks pretty cool, and I really like the Fallout series. So playing it with a bunch of British people doesn't really sound like my ideal, but blowing up London sounds pretty fun. Do you play Epic Armageddon? Nope. Do you know how the Imperium is navigated in Imperial Nihilus, or are there just too many? Or are there just warp storms skipping everywhere? Okay, so this widely depends, because technically Celestine flew through them, and she guided her ship through them, but I think they have to go around them, and in a very, very, very awkward way of going around them, and it just takes way too long. What do you think of Loyalist chapters with Traitor Geneseed? That's actually a thing. In fact, that's actually one of the parts of the Psychic Awakening books. That's actually part of the one with the wow, why can't I sorry. That's the one with the custodians in it. There we go. I got it. Oh, guys, if you want to support the channel and be super awesome, you can use that super chat feature. It should be like right over here-ish. I don't know. Wherever you're looking at it on your computer. The super chat goes a long way to helping out the channel, and it actually kind of helps me pay my bills. Because I only have a part-time job. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, please use that. If you want to not use the super chat, you can always check out my Patreon. There's exclusive videos on there. I have to plug this, please. I get it. Anyway. Soul Drinkers and Blood Angels? I don't know what you mean by that. For me, Alexis, I'm looking at playing Back 4 Blood and Battlefield 2042. I'm not interested in the Battlefield games. And Back 4 Blood just looks like a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. So I'm going to be all over that. There's also Darktide I want to try out. Not that the BA have Traitor Geneseed, but that they were there. Don't know what you mean. So this question may have a big answer. Big answer. But I have plans on starting to collect sisters. What units can be built with the standard Battle Sister box? The standard Battle Sisters can build the Battle Sisters, obviously. The Dominions, it can be used to build, oh my god, Celestians, which are pretty decent. And technically, if you get enough heavy weapons, you can actually build it into a Retributor squad. Crimson Fist and Iron Warrior successor, JK. That's actually pretty funny. Where's my Grey Knight and T-Sun box at? Well, probably going to be delayed because right now Britain might go back into lockdown because they're not taking the virus seriously. So let's hope that they don't, and let's hope that they're all safe and everything, and work can resume again so we can consume endless amounts of plastic. So yeah. The Blood Angels told the Soul Drinkers that they were really the sons, that they weren't really the Sons of Dorn. I haven't read any of that stuff because honestly, I think the Soul Drinkers are kind of boring. But that's just me. What do you think about Celestine got a book where she properly interacts with Imperial citizens and Astartes, since we don't see Emps as a god without dying? Since they don't see Emps as a god. Wait, Imperial citizens think the Emperor is a god. Like, and most Astartes do as well. And if you want a book with Celestine interacting with people as a normal person, the book Celestine does a great job of that. And how people talk to her is kind of fantastic. So yeah, I'd highly recommend reading Celestine. I got like tiny pieces of hair here that you can't really see that are like stabbing me. And it's driving me crazy. It's like super annoying. Oh my god, if I keep this hair, like, I look like a Karen. Holy crap. Although, most people don't know that my hair goes all the way back. Like, this is how long my hair is. Like, I have long hair. And there's no extensions in here. This is all legit hair. I don't like extensions. It's cheating. Nice, so basically just bought 5 Battle Sister boxes at the jump. Okay, so yes, you can use them. You can use the bodies for pretty much everything. Just remember that the arms are locked into certain positions, and you might need some multi-meltas. That's the only thing that doesn't really come in the box, so keep that in mind. Hi from Wales. Hello, Wales. I have been to Wales before, and it is a beautiful country. Again, people, if you want to be super cool and super supportive of the channel, use the super chat feature. It helps out quite a lot. Do the navigators in 40K look like weird slug things from Dune? No, they were actually people. Typically, their eyes are burned out, and they have an eye on top of their head. This eye allows them to see through the Astronomicon. Well, it allows them to see the Astronomicon, and they're kind of like frail humans. They're like really, really, really thin, like almost anorexic levels of thin. And depending on where they're trained, they're just weird looking. They're like skeletons. It's kind of creepy. They're always in like robes and everything, and they just, oh. Thank you for donating via Patreon. You're awesome and I love you. Also, you get a cool zombie dude. I meant after becoming a saint, like talking to a big golden mercy. Okay, so where they talk to her? Armored Lady is really good for that. You can convert multi-meltas really easily with the heavy flamer. Just snip the flamer portion of it and get some melta nozzles. Yes, you can do that. It's pretty easy. But I don't have money to buy them. I feel that. But thank you for signing up for Patreon. You're awesome. There's exclusive videos on there where I go through all the books on my bookshelf. And let me just tell you, there's a lot. There's so many that I have some on the floor. Like, I need another bookshelf. But I'm at the point where I don't have enough books to justify another bookshelf. But I want to get those books off of the floor because there's no room on that. In fact, I actually have books on my chair as well. So here's my question, if you don't mind. What is your opinion on Chaos Space Marines typically not being as cool or interesting as the Loyalist chapters? I really think it depends on the writer. Like Aaron Densky Bowden, when he writes Chaos Space Marines, are absolutely fantastic. I don't like the Alpha Legions lore. I just view them as like the comical bad guys. And thank you for the donation. Holy crap, you are awesome and I love you. Found your channel through Major Kill, video hyping all of the 40k YouTubers, supporting the community. What models need reworks and why is it Catachan troopers? Holy crap, you are not wrong. Let me just tell you that. You are 100% accurate, but I would actually say it's the Eldar. The Eldari in 40k have the worst model line out of all of them. They look atrocious by today's standards. There are some good ones and there are some like really nice ones, which everyone uses as justifications to not update like all of their crappy models, like their Rangers, their Warp Spiders, their Shining Spears, their freaking everything else just looks like trash that is in plastic already. But my god, do the Catachans look grotesque. I actually did a video. I haven't posted it yet, so I apologize. But I did a video about the new Imperial Guard set, and I cut it apart and built it. And I show off the one female that you get in the box, which I'm actually okay with because modern military is like 1 in 10 women. So that's perfectly fine. But, oh, and they give you a couple of androgynous heads, which I really like. But they actually scaled down the hands. Like, the hands are smaller. And I like that. Their heads are also smaller. So they don't look as comically stupid as they used to. So yeah, Catachans definitely need a massive update. I haven't seen many people talk about it, but what is your take on all the sister flame weapons getting +1 strength? I keep asking stuff, sorry. No, just keep asking. Please keep asking questions. Don't ever feel sorry for asking questions. The Sister Battle Flamer weapons getting updated is really, 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 really cool. And I absolutely love it. The problem is the weapons aren't good. Because they're not AP. They don't have AP -2 and they're only 1 damage weapons. The most common enemy you're going to fight in 40k is Space Marines. So the fact that they're not good at killing Space Marines unless you're taking the ability to max out all of your flame weapons is just kind of a bummer, and there's better weapon options. Like, if you can take a multi-melta, take a multi-melta. Like, that's really what it boils down to. I feel the same with heavy bolters. They're just better, in my opinion. 3 shots instead of D6. Damage of 2, which is just better, in my opinion. After the Exorcist got nerfed, what would you... Oh, thank you for the donation. You're awesome and I love you. I'll get to your question in just a second. Let me finish reading this one. After the Exorcist got nerfed, what would you say is better tank, the Exorcist or the new Castigator? I actually still think the Exorcist is the better tank option because its strength is higher. Its strength is higher, and you don't need more than 4-foot range for the most part. It's around the same points though, but it has more stratagems, so it makes it a little bit better. You can give it rerolls, so it would be... I just think the Exorcist is better. It also looks a little bit cooler, but the Castigator is a really, really, really cool tank with a lot of firepower. The fact that it's got 3 heavy bolters, a storm bolter, and the auto cannon, or the battle cannon, which I think the battle cannon is just better, is kind of amazing. So you put that thing in the center of the board, and you can just blow away an entire squad really quickly. Will this take up the screen? Also, hi, Mom. I don't know how to answer that. Oh, no. I'm all out of slushy. That's lame. Did you see the director, Neil, ask about Warhammer in his Twitter account? No. Maybe we'll get a Hollywood... Oh my god, thank you for the donations, everybody. You're awesome, and I love each and every single one of you. Do I think we're going to get a Hollywood 40k movie? Absolutely not. Would it be really, 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 really cool if we did? Yes, it would. I personally would hope that Disney would make the movie because Disney has shown that they have the money to back up any project, and 40k would need a large budget for it. But Norm, I am an idiot. I ask stupid questions. 1, you're not an idiot because you're checking out a really cool YouTuber. That makes you a smart person. 2, no questions are dumb questions unless they're really, 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 really idiotic. And now you can think of some and ask them. And I will tell you whether or not they are good or bad. Or good or dumb. Anyway, and I like dumb questions. They're fun. Yeah, it almost got a backhanded nerve. Sure, +1 strength. Everyone has 2 wounds now. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about the Sister Flamer weapons. The Stormbolter is surprisingly good, though. I think that's going to be an underrated weapon, and I'm really excited to see sister units with 20 sisters with 4 Stormbolters, because that's going to be horrendous for anything to run into, especially when you hit them with Blessed Bolts. Not sure if I missed this, but after seeing your hype video for Deaxia, excuse me, if you had a chance to paint them yet, and which variant did you choose? Deaxia. Why am I drawing a blank at the name? I'm really drawing a blank at the name. But let me read this comment really quickly. Thank you, Alexis. You've been such a great help to a new 40k player and a sister player. I shared my photos in your Discord. I hope everyone likes them. Well, let's check them out really quickly. So you did join. That's really cool. And where did you share them? Nope, that's an owl getting poked. Nope, that is silly. I unfortunately don't... Oh, wow. Holy crap, those are amazing. Yo, I gotta show everyone this. Like, damn. Hold up. I have to show people this. This is amazing. Let's see if I can catch this. So I went to little Alexis right now. Look at this. This is insanity. Holy crap, that's so good. That is insanely good. Okay, let's switch back, but god damn. Ten out of 10. Solid model. It took me a minute to find it, but holy crap, that was really impressive. Who do you think would get a new codex first? Astra Militarum, Tower Eldar. The battle for last place. The Ultramarine movie was terrible. Agreed. I just sent the list explanation on your Discord. I'll have to check that out. Knowing your luck, though, they've had an unofficial Hollywood 40k movie. M. Night Shyamalan directing it. Ugh. If Dune does well, perhaps the studios will get back into dark sci-fi fantasy. I hope so. I really hope so. Just say that you inspired me to start a new order, Minoris. Ooh, I'm basing it on the theme of fortune and luck. I like that idea. Though faith, I called my girls the Order of Faithful Fortune. I like it. Does it fit with the fluff? I think it does. I think it's just silly enough to fit with the fluff of 40k. I like it. I think you've run it as a keeper. Oh. Hang on. Let me look this up really quickly. Let me just look this up. Oh, it's the new Keeper of Secrets. Right. Okay, sorry. I do need those two. I want to get them, and I want to see their rules, and I want to see what they can do. The Stormbolters and Sisters are damage 2. In Space Marine, Stormbolters are good. In Sisters, insane. Blessed Bolts is disgusting. It really is. Sorry for my English. It's my second language. It's all good. Oh my god, you made my day. Holy crap. No, that was amazing. So, hey, what is the most terrifying gene flaw in the Space Marine chapters or warband? Probably that Space Marines turn to sharks. I'm not kidding. By the way, let's talk about some of these gene seed flaws. By the way, let's just dive into this, okay? Space wolves literally turn into wolves. It's really stupid. By the way, you can't have female Space Marines, but you can have Space Marines turn into werewolves. You can have Space Marines turn into crimson gorillas in terms of the Blood Angels. Okay, that sounds really stupid, but how about the Raven Guard turning into birds? I'm not kidding, that's a thing. And how about the Kakaradons, whose bones literally turn to cartilage because they turn into sharks? Space Marines are really stupid. I'm gonna say it. The gene seed flaws are idiotic, and half of them make absolutely no sense at all in any way, shape, or form. And some of them are just like, hey, we put this dead freaking organism in you, this dead organ into you, and we hope it doesn't kill you. By the way, we can't do a blood sample test to figure out who your dad is. Sorry. God, Space Marine lore is dumb sometimes. So, hey, what is the most I already read that. Why am I on YouTube at 4 a.m.? Because you're a smart person like me. Sounds like Zinch to me. Burb Marines. Sisters, greater than Space Marines. Also, can we talk about the fact that Sisters of Battle now have the black carapace for absolutely no reason? Like, they never explained it. But they do now. It's on their models. Like, if you look at the brand new Repentium, and in fact, you know what? Let's do this. Boop. We're going to switch over to here really quickly. Look at this. Let's go over to Games Workshop really quickly. Let's go over to here. Let's scroll on down and go to Armies of the Imperium, Adeptus Sororitas. And I just want to point this out. So we know what the void suit looks like because these girls wear void suits. So you see this skin tight suit right here? That's just a void suit, okay? Okay. All right, that's pretty much under every Sister of Battle armor. It's a little bit different, but just bear with me. Okay, and now let's go over to the Repentia. And keep in mind, it's not on the Arc of Flagellants. It's only on the Repentia. Where the hell are the Repentia? I probably scrolled right past them. There they are. Look at these ugly, atrocious models that I absolutely hate in every single regard. But excuse me. What are those? These are ports on their body directly to their nervous system. You know what that's called? A black carapace. I do like that some of them actually have bionic legs and bionic arms. That I like. That I actually like. Okay? And they changed the models up a little bit since then, which is nice. But yeah, they just kind of gave them to them. And then on some of these, you can see those same ports. So you can tell some of these were sisters at some point, but it's not everywhere. So I'm really wondering what these were, if they're not just the black carapace. Because if we look at Space Marines, for instance, and well, we're not going to. We're just gonna switch on back. Boop. Okay, let's go to sit and paint. There we go. But yeah, it's kind of weird that they just kind of have those now. And Sisters of Battle have been shown to go toe-to-toe with Space Marines, even hold them back with their own weapons. I just think it's interesting. It's just a way more grimdark. There we go. Your average neckbeard will write a whole essay explaining why Space Marines turning into sharks is scientifically possible, but female Space Marines are impossible. Yeah, now, strictly for the joke, I'm just going to read that one. You're talking about camouflage is nowhere to be seen. Camouflage actually is. So in 40K, and let me explain this. Corvus armor. Mark V armor with the beak. Okay? That actually has the ability to stealth itself. You can also see this on Space Marine Scouts with the Cameline Cloak. The Cameline Cloak can actually turn the person completely invisible. This renders them almost completely invisible to the point where infrared has trouble picking them up. Okay? Space Marine armor, specifically Mark V armor, has the ability to turn itself invisible. In fact, we actually see this in a Dark Angel novel, where a Dark Angel is in a crowded room and then completely vanishes before reappearing in front of a guy and then calling him a heretic and murdering him. That's why you actually don't see too much active camouflage in 40k, is because most things just have stealth fields or any insert sci-fi explanation as to why they can turn invisible. Stealth technology in terms of the Ghost Keel and the XV-33 battle suits. You can see it with the XV-25s as well. You can see it in the Imperial Guard with the Cameline Cloaks, and you can see it on the Space Marines with Cameline Cloaks. Sisters of Battle typically don't use camouflage. They're kind of just run and gun women. But yeah, it's really weird that that's a thing. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm new here and hope you're all doing well. Well, I'm doing fantastic, Paul. Thank you for asking. And I'm sure the rest of the chat is doing pretty well too. So welcome. My issue with the Hollywood 40k film is it would be about Space Marines, which lore-wise are the dullest faction in the lore. I can agree with that. Space Marines, just the full faction is incredibly boring. The individual Space Marine is incredible. That's what I will say. Legion of the Damned will, or is it canon? What do you think of them? The Legion of the Damned are fully canon. They're actually quite impressive. I really like the Legion of the Damned. The fact that the Emperor can just call back the spirits of the dead to reform into the Legion of the Damned and protect him is absolutely incredible. I'd say shoot it as a horror film. Yeah, that would be really cool. Guard versus Tyranids. That would play too much like Predator and Alien. Personally, I would like to see Inquisitors versus Demons. I think that one would be a lot better. Cypher is just like a magical leprechaun, though. Cypher is actually revealed to use webways and has a encyclopedic knowledge of where the webways are and what they do. Alexis, what do you think of the Warhammer Plus? I'm gonna get it. I think it's kind of neat. It's another streaming service. We knew this when we got into streaming services, that eventually everyone would get them. So I think it's a bad idea for Games Workshop, but also a good idea. Personally, I think that they should have gone with like HBO Max. I think that would have been the better call because HBO has a more lenient towards like gore. Yeah. I would watch a romantic film between a Sister of Battle and Guardsman. Sorry if I'm girly. No, that's perfectly fine. If you want to read a really good romance novel, Severina Rain is really good. So is Mark of Faith, Celestine and Greyfax. They're written as a romantic couple. So, yeah. These little hairs are back and they're stabbing me like it along the neck. And you guys can't see them, but they are stabbing me here and it's driving me insane. If you want a 40k movie, how about the Battle of Big Tooth? Orks could be cool, but I think Orks would be too generic. You need to pick it just enough. Thanks for the entertainment for the evening. I'm hopping off now. May Slanesh bless you all. Oh God, let's hope not. Slanesh actually scares the hell out of me. Like, out of all the things in 40k to come after you, I would pray to the Emperor that it's not Slanesh. I have the same problem with long hair. Yeah, there's these little tiny hairs that grow all over here that their sole purpose in life is to stab you in the eyes, up the nose, your chin, and all along here, and it drives you absolutely crazy. They stabbed my neck. Yep. Let's see if I can do this. But yeah, again, if anybody wants to help support the channel, super chat is really cool. Help support things. Personally, I'm trying to pay off my phone bill. It's getting a little high. It's actually like $100 a month. It's really stupid. I hate phone bills. They're dumb. I kind of wish I could just get phone service through my computer and then never need cell phone service, but that's just me. Oh yeah. I wanted to show people this. I put heavy bolters on my old immolators. I gotta build a housing for them. But yeah, I wanted to add the third heavy bolter to, or the heavy bolter to them, not the second or third. This way I have like immolators with all of their war gear. I've been wanting to try out immolators with 3 heavy bolters and see how good they are. Because if you start putting multi-meltas on them, they're a really easy target to kill, but if you put heavy bolters on them, they're not a big target priority, and I think they can pick off more targets. So I want to try that out a little bit and see how that works. So what I want to do is I want to rock 3 of these with heavy bolters, 3 Dominion squads inside them so that they can get in range turn 1, and bring them with the multi-guns to kill whatever they need to, and then just let the heavy bolters just pick away at the army. Orks could work in a movie, but if they did the Dawn of War thing and making them manipulated by outside threat. Ooh, I would like that. I would love to see the Legion of the Damned models or its own codex. Personally, I don't think they need a codex. I think they need a chapter ability, and they need an upgrade sprue. And that's it. That's all you would need. Slaanesh is one of the only things in 40k that scares me. Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. I've been working on a 1,000 Sun army, but not done yet. Just Magnus and Armin. I actually have a 1,000 Sun army. Not a lot of people know that. Assisted vehicles are questionable right now in general. I disagree. I think they're really good. It depends on the army, of course. But I personally think they're really good. Immolators are amazing. Repressors are insanely overpowered still. If your tournaments allow Legends units, repressors are the way to go. Again, they're just incredible. Like, you strictly put Retributors inside it, and you put Dominions inside it, and you go up a little bit and fire 4 multi-meltas in range now, and they're safe inside there. But I'm interested to see what they do with immolators, because I'm really liking the 3 heavy bolter build, because I think my logic is sound. 3 heavy bolters makes them not a target, but 3 heavy bolters is 3 heavy bolters. That's 9 shots at strength 5, AP -1, 2 damage a pop. Left alone, 3 heavy bolters can kill 5-man units pretty quickly. Magnus and Perturabo are my favorite of the Traitor Primarchs, since they are the opposite ends of the coin in the pursuit of knowledge. I could agree with that. But yeah, so I'm debating a list right now, and I should just get my phone. I have a list on my phone that I want to talk about, but I have this list idea in my head of just 3 Dominion squads, all multi-guns, 2 giant blobs of sisters at 20 women apiece with 4 stormbolters, and then actually no. It was 3 Dominion squads, 3 repressors, 3 Retributor squads to pop out Argon Shroud, or the one that makes it so that I can move and fire. And then putting heavy weapons in all of my sister squads. So every sister squad has like a heavy bolter or multi-melta, just so I get range and I can just shoot the ever-living crap out of my opponent. And then focus more on 5-up invo saves on the Retributors, and then just let the immolators take objectives. It was an interesting idea that I'm toying around with, and I want to see how it works. Any old storylines, novels, codexes, fluff you wish GW would bring back like the Shadow Point novels, where Farseer is basically stays human, our successors, and have at least tried to legit tech ally. I don't know what you mean, but there is a story that I wish would be rewritten by somebody who knows how to write. Okay, let me just go get it real quick. I'm gonna grab my phone too while I'm at it. Okay, I lent the book to a friend, so that's super annoying. But it's an old CS Godo book. And yes, I am wearing pajamas. It's an old CS Godo book. It had the alliance between Grey Knights, not Grey Knights, Black Templar, and Eldar. And in fact, it's referenced, which is the weirdest thing. It's actually referenced in other books. But I really want a rewrite of the book because a Black Templar in that book joins the Deathwatch and works with the Eldari to save a world from a demon. And it's a really good book, and I really wish that they would bring it back, rewrite it so that it's written well, and then make a sequel to it. I could most likely stare down corn. I mean, I could. I have that weird stare where if I just go like this, I look like I'm evil. But I just have really bad, like, resting face. Do you think Dante will eventually cross the Rubicon? Probably, but I think he's going on his way to becoming a living saint. But I don't know about that one. So I'm curious to see what happens to him. And your pajamas are cute. Yeah, they're weird. They have a whole bunch of, like, camping things on them. I don't know the theme of them. I just picked them up because they were green and cute. So I'm not sure what I should have for a second army. What could be more fun? Necrons, Tyranids, or Emperor's Children? Emperor's Children are kind of garbage right now. Necrons are okay. Tyranids are bad. Unless you want to spend a lot of money, Tyranids are pretty bad. So I'd personally go Necrons because their army is easy to build, easy to paint, and just a lot of fun. How complex was the build of Morinval compared to the Paragon Suits? She was way easier. Still waiting on her to arrive in my collection this week. Ooh, kittens. Are male living saints even very common? So there's one. Solar Macarius is one of them. He's like the only male living saint that I know of aside from the Sanguinor. But we don't know if the Sanguinor is a living saint or not, but I'm pretty sure he is because all of his lore matches that of a living saint. So it's really, really, really up in the air about him. But Solar Macarius was a living saint. There's another living saint, well, a saint that's killed by Karn, who is male, but most of the living saints are females. It would actually make sense, too, that the Emperor could only have, like, women children, because that is an actual, like, male thing, where they can only produce, like, one of the multiple sexes of children. And typically, if they do get a child of the opposite gender, they're, well, I say opposite gender, but a child that's born that's either like, that their genetics can only produce male and they tried for a female, they tend to turn up intersex, which is kind of interesting. But that's a whole science thing that I've watched a documentary on, and it was really fascinating. Have you watched any of the Marvel series on Disney Plus, like WandaVision? I thought WandaVision was terrible. It was just so boring. It was so much to get into just for like one episode that's good. Falcon and Winter Soldier, have not yet, or Loki. I have watched Loki. I really like Loki. Loki, I think it's really good. I want to see the Necrons get in a fight. Get female Necron models. There actually is female Necron models already. Okay? And let's go to YouTube and show you this. Wow! So, female Necrons. You're going to be blown away when you find out how many there are. Xenos armies. Necrons. Scrolling down. So, if you guys remember the not the Dark Imperium, the whatever the hell box it was, that boxy box that came out, we learn through the lore in that box that this character right here, the Mancer here, I don't know which Mancer it is. I think it's a Plasma Mancer. She is actually a woman. And we learn that in the lore in the story itself. So there you go. There's a Necron woman. There's a Necron woman. And also, if you go off of Egyptology, like, there's easy ways of telling which ones are women. Also, in the lore itself, like Trazine the Infinite and the Divine, we find out that quite a few of the Necrons identify as women. Now, granted, they don't have their physical bodies anymore, so they're lacking in attributes for their femininity, but a good chunk of them do identify as female. Let's see. I'm fairly certain that they are going to be the Golden Warrior prophecy. Okay. Maybe they are someday. Cryptex are female. A good chunk of Cryptex are female. That's what I was trying to point out. Maybe they will be fused together in like some Dragon Ball Z. That's funny. Indominus? Yeah, it's Indominus. Thank you. Yeah, the Plasmancer. Also, the Chronomancer is. Yeah, I think a good chunk of them identify as female. So there's that, which I really like. I like that the Necrons just have models that identify as female. It's kind of like the tech priests of Mars, where they have male, female, they, them, Zzer, you know, whichever. However they want to identify, I proudly support it. I'm going to eat a french fry. Waifu robots. See? This person right here is a person of culture. Come on, focus. Focus. Nope, you're not focusing. There you go. Support diversity. Get more waifus. Boom. That should be on a t-shirt. It really should be on a t-shirt. Yeah, I think you can basically say any Necron you build is a woman. It's just biotransference, makes them look pretty much the same to us. Also, we don't know their physiology. They might not even be mammals. When is Lionel Johnson coming back? Possibly in the next iteration of the Caradron system books. So we don't know yet. I'd love for 40K to get more fluid lore like AOS. It actually has. A lot of the books have like exploded with new lore, and I absolutely love it. It's why I like the... I am losing my voice. There we go. Okay. Now I want to watch Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. Do it. That series is so good. How have the new 20 block sister squads gone for you? I don't know yet. I've tried 2 20-woman squads, and they were okay. They were okay. I want to try it more and more in the future. I want to try it with Martyred Lady. Get more waifus, sell more. Yeah. I don't know about the Necron. I didn't know that about Necrons. I have split a box and I have a few points. Well, there you go. Lionel Johnson is the most black name. But Lionel Johnson is like the name of a poet. I forget the ethnicity of the poet. But that'd be actually kind of cool to look into. I've never read Lionel Johnson's like poetry before. I gotta try that out. So what would be an interesting style of Necron army? I'm not a fan of the Egyptian style. Men of Iron, Mars attacks Martians, or something else. You could do them as a like theme of like the Chaos androids of old, and give them like the banners of Khorne, and do up an entire squad like flayed skin and everything like that, and color them all in like base them silver, and then put over them like a red, and then go blood for the blood god, and have them just marching through like an entire field of blood, and have them dedicated to Khorne. That would be a really, really, really cool like Chaos Necron warband. That would be amazing. I might do that. Oh my god, I might do that. I don't need another Necron army, but I really want to do that. I would like to see Lion and Russ return at the same time and tag team against Angron and Fulgrim. Well, Angron is still banished, so it would more than likely be Fulgrim that comes back, or Perturabo. So everyone's talking about a Primarch being brought back to the fold, brought back to being a loyalist and everything. And I want that to be Perturabo. And I have reason for this. And somebody's going to text me right now, and that's very, very, very rude. Don't text me while I'm streaming. But anyway, I want Perturabo to come back. So Perturabo, when he sieged Terra and talked to Abaddon after he sent Abaddon's entire unit to die, he had this really, really big heart-to-heart with Abaddon, where Abaddon convinces him that this isn't the siege that he wanted. He knew that he could take Terra, but he wanted to take it on his own instead of relying on demons. Like, Perturabo knew that he would eventually take Terra just by using wave and wave and wave of demons, but that wasn't his style of war. I would love to see him come back and go toe-to-toe with what he perceives as the biggest threat to the Imperium, being Abaddon the Despoiler. Have an epic final fight between the two and have Abaddon kill Perturabo. Like, but in his dying breaths, he like redeems himself and joins the Emperor's side. Personally, I think that would be a really, really, really cool story. And since Perturabo isn't even like, you know, useful in the current lore, it'd be really cool to add him in and kill him off. Okay. Not trying to go into spoilers, but what do you think of the events of Godblight? Oh, Godblight is so cool. Like, Godblight, 10 out of 10 book. Like, holy crap, was not expecting Gilliman to go Super Saiyan. But, let me tell ya, the Emperor telling Mortarion to go home was my favorite part. It was good. Yeah, he was English. The poet was Lionel Johnson. Yeah, that's who I meant. I want to read his poetry. Originally, Necrons in 2nd and 3rd edition were intended to be chaos robots, like Terminator. That is kind of true. They kind of weren't. The initial chaos androids were meant to be the Terminators, but they decided to spin them off and make them chaos androids because they would fit into the world a little bit better. But by 2nd edition, Necrons started to have their own, like, kind of appearance, and by 3rd edition, they became their own little thing that was very similar to the T-1000 so that they could sell them, but very unique to itself, where they were slave species to gods that they wanted to fight against. I have the books behind me. Isn't he a demon prince? So, I think that might be a thing. But at the same time, he hates demons. So I could see him being one of the Primarchs that, like, tears the demon out of him. It would be such a cool story arc. Like, he wants to fight Abaddon toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano. Abaddon throws Dracnian to the side, fights him without the blessings of the Dark Gods. He throws aside his demonhood and strictly takes on Abaddon 1v1, and they fight to the death. That would be cool as hell. Let's see. Do you think Dorn is alive or no? Yes. I actually do think Dorn is alive, but he's keeping himself hidden because he knows what the Emperor needs of him. I personally think that a lot of the Primarchs might actually be alive, but have put themselves aside because they finally realized what the Emperor's plan was. And I think Guilliman is in the same boat now. Excuse me. Perturabo's soul joins the Astronomicon. That would be really cool too. The Emperor stares. Have you tried any of the Turbo Door color shifting paints? I have, actually. I really like their paints. Their paints are really good. I don't use them too often because I don't use like crazy neon effects, but I do like them. Godblade also gives a big psychic call to any loyalists in the warp, as well as warning the traitors that he is back in play. I think Korax Russ heard them telling them to... Yeah, also you're forgetting the part where the Emperor burned down the Garden of Nurgle. Like, the Emperor was ready to kill a Chaos God. Not just fight, murder. And it wasn't a fair fight. Like, Nurgle called back all of his demons and was being attacked by Tzeentch at the time. Godblight is such a good book. Read it. Oh my god, it's so good. I think Dorn may come forth with a Squats release. that would actually be kind of funny. I could see the Squats coming back with the Men of Iron. And the Men of Iron allying with the Imperium. And just being like, hey, leave us alone. We'll save you now. Leave us alone. And I would love to see that. I'm too cheap to pay for mobile data myself. Saves quite a bit per month. Yeah, I can believe that. That like, Isha escapes. Not yet. But we know that, oh my god, what is her name? Why can't it? Yvraine. We know that Yvraine is trying to get her back. So there is a chance that Yvraine just goes in. The Emperor burns the garden, Yvraine leads an assault against Nurgle and gets Isha back. Because we know that GW is moving, because they, okay. Let me try to explain this. GW uses Age of Sigmar as a testing ground. Age of Sigmar has become a very successful game on its own. It's actually crazy successful. Personally, I'm in a boat of meh. I kind of like it, but I don't know yet. But in Age of Sigmar, they have just brought gods back. And they allow you to play as gods on the battlefield, meaning gods can be statted. Now, that also means that they can die. But those battles are not significant to the storyline. So what I'm saying is, we're going to see more gods hit the battlefield of 40k. Because what I'm thinking is going to happen is Godblight just happened. Godblight burned Nurgle's garden. There is a massive fire in Nurgle's garden right now. And Nurgle can't put it. That stuff is gone. Like, there is no, I can bring it back. I'm Nurgle. I'm the god of life and death. No, there is, the Emperor came here and was pissed. And the Emperor showed just how strong he is. In fact, all of the Chaos Gods are afraid of the Emperor right now. What I think is going to happen is with that burning, Isha's gonna attempt to escape, and Yvraine is going to free her. I don't think Nurgle is going to die, but I think it's very likely that we start seeing gods start participating in 40k's lore a lot more. And I am super excited for it, because this is the kind of 40k I've wanted from day one. I wanted gods punching gods. I've wanted the big games actually being played on the tabletop. I wanted things like Nurgle and the giant demons of Tzeentch and Slaanesh actually hit the battlefield. I've wanted Primarchs fighting Primarchs. I've wanted all of this, and we might see it. The squats are cringe. Eldar are cringe. I'm also not going to put Eldari because they're Eldar. Anyway, I just felt like that was the voice needed for that comment. Fulgrim and Sanguinius. Sanguinius is not coming back. How many Eldar gods are left? Out of the Eldari gods, we know that 4 of them might be alive. And those 4 are Kigarath, Yanid, Cain, and I always forget the last one, Isha. Yeah, those are the 4, because they're the parallels of the 4 Chaos Gods. Which, by the way, the Chaos Gods and the Eldari Gods are just mirrored images of each other, by the way. Like, that's always how they were meant to be. Gorkamork coming back would be super interesting. Would Isha want to leave? Yes. Yes, she does. I would love to see more storyline action around Alpha Legion with Alfarius and or Omega. Well, the problem is they're both dead. Like, they're gone. Alfarius is 100% canonically dead. Omegon might be dead. Gilliman did question whether or not he killed him prior in his own book. Just started painting my Talons of the Emperor, my Talons and Voice of Slanesh models. Ooh, nice. Sorry, I read that as Talons of the Emperor. My brain goes into autopilot when I read comments. Would like to see if Gorgamora can burst out of the warp and throw down with everyone. So, interesting enough, Gorgamork probably are not in the warp. Because they are physical beings. As far as we know. They might be in the webway. They might just be down the road. They might be those giant mountains fighting each other. They might be exploring the galaxy. They might be in another galaxy. We don't know where they are. I know Sanguinius is dead, but I like the dream. That's fair. You can dream. I like how I said that as if it was an insult, and now I feel bad. I'm sorry. Magnus could return like a Legion of the Damned as the Primarchs of them. So Ferrus Magnus actually did return as a Legion of the Damned. He was summoned to the Emperor's side in Master of Mankind. Are we going to get some twisty twist like Lionel Johnson was actually the traitor and Luther was going to stop him and the Fallen were loyalists? No, it's been confirmed that the Fallen are actually evil. A good chunk of them are corrupted by chaos, but not all of them. Cypher is currently leading them, and he uses them to get around the galaxy via webway gates. Gorkamork are the size of planets, and they left the galaxy looking for other worlds, didn't find any, and they returned. They're not the size of planets. They're actually the size of mountains. They're not actually that big. Just saying. But yeah, them coming back would be really interesting. Like, oh my god, could you imagine just Korn comes bursting out into the material realm and just like takes his 2 steps and he's like, oh, I am Korn, god of blood and warfare, and he just gets decked in the face, giant kaiju fight with 2 orcs just standing there like, let's go. And Korn is just like, what? And Tuska's like, Dad! Comes bursting out, is bigger than a bloodthirster at this point. Starts clubbing like the other bloodthirsters and is just like, I get to fight these big guys now, right? And Gorkamork just like, yes you do. Godskull comes bursting out, rips off all his armor, hulks out. I would love it. I would love to see a full Korn versus Orc fight. Because I'm just imagining the Imperium just sitting by like, blow up the planet. No, I want to see this. Let them fight. I could totally see it. Sanguinius might not stay dead. No, he definitely is going to stay dead. In the Blood of Ball books, it is pretty much Sanguinius is putting all of his faith into Dante, his best son. The Legion of Dead Headless Ferris would be fun. Yes, it would. Slips behind him and slits Corn's throat. I can believe it. The Emperor sitting back watching the other Chaos Gods fight Gorkamork, and they're just eating popcorn. By the way, let's just put this out there. The Chaos Gods are not the strongest gods in 40K's universe. The Emperor is. And I'm going to flat out say that. And I don't want to hear arguing, because I'm right. Because I have faith in the God Emperor of mankind. And nothing can sway me from this. But jokes aside, I do think that the Emperor is the strongest god in all of 40K. But under them would be the Satan. The Satan have the ability to mess with time, they can mess with everything that the Chaos Gods and the other gods of 40K can to an extent, but it's mostly material. But I do believe that the gods of the Satan are the strongest of the gods from the physical realm. Then I would say it's the Chaos Gods, then the Eldari Gods. The Eldari Gods being the weakest. But the Eldari Gods came first, kind of. So because of that, the mirrored images of them became the 4 Chaos Gods that we know today. So, I think when it comes out to a massive fight, it's going to come down to the Satan fighting with... Well, we know Gorkamork is probably stronger than the Satan. Because Gorkamork actually killed the Nightbringer. Like, that was the one that killed the Nightbringer, and that is in... that book right there. It is in Orks. And in that book, Gorkamork beat up the Satan so much they exploded, and because of that, they're the only race in the entire galaxy that does not fear death. So I honestly think it's going to be the Emperor, Gorkamork, the Satan, the Chaos Gods, then the Eldar Gods. And that's the point of reference for all of them in terms of power struggle in 40K. Khorne vs. Gorkamork sounds like a wrestling match I would watch, right? Every faction gets their Primarch Supreme Leader. I agree. Dante thing you said. Yep. Orks vs. Khorne fight. The Imperium would start dropping bombs, and it would be like the end of a Battle Royale game. Yeah, you're right. Oh, hey, thanks for the subscribe. In my headcanon, Gorkamork is them coming to the climax of Chaos versus the Emperor, taking back both sides and leaving so that they can continue the fight later. I can believe it. Thank you for the subscribe. You're awesome. The Four-Armed Emperor? No. I just can't view the Tyranids as a threat to the galaxy. They barely have faster than light travel. Void Dragon is older than the universe itself. No, it's not. The Satan aren't that old. They actually came about 60 million years ago, which means that Earth was already formed, and Earth already had dinosaurs. Actually, I think dinosaurs were dead by then. Yeah, dinosaurs were dead by the time the War in Heaven started. So, there you go. And that's old Necron lore. That harkens back all the way to 2nd edition. How do you think the Eldar are going to get that 5th sword? Carefully. I have no idea where it is. Isn't the first Bloodthirster Genghis Khan, Doombreed, or whatever his name is? I think it's supposed to be Genghis Khan, but if they really want, like, the first Bloodthirster, the first actual murder of everything, they would probably be based off of something the Eldar did to the Necron tier, or the Necron tier did to the old ones. So that's probably not the first Bloodthirster, but time-wise it would be, because they're technically 4th dimensional beings that see in all times all at once. And technically the battle between all of the gods is actually fought on the 4th dimensional field, where they're fighting for control over the timeline. Which is why when the Emperor says the Emperor protects, he actually does, because he's trying to guide humanity through a time where they all survive. But that's a whole nother story. The last sword is in Slanesh's palace. I mean, just go in and get it. Emperor can do it. Honestly. That would be an interesting story. Could Guilliman go and get it? So Guilliman currently has the Eye of Darkness and the Eye of Night and the Hand of Darkness. Two of the most powerful chaos artifacts ever. He just has them, by the way. And he sent Yvraine to go and get one of them. Greyfax to get the other one. There is a possibility that Yvraine asks him to get the sword. And Guilliman might do it. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. How do you feel about the Cadian sprue getting female heads despite the massive mannish hands that they are using in their lasguns? So I said this before, but they actually made their hands smaller. And besides, there are women with big hands. Yeah, so make sure you check yourself on that one. Just saying, big hands do exist on all body types. But aside from that, the one head that you get that's definitely female, that's supposed to be female, and the 4 androgynous heads that might be non-binary people or however you want them to identify as, because they are your models after all. But the other ones that you get, you could just call them all women. Personally, I like the kit. I have a video coming out very soon of them. Thoughts on the Ghoul Stars? The Ghoul Stars are in the RPG. They're meant to be vague on purpose. They are an RPG setting. It is dumb that people took an RPG setting and made like a whole video about it, when the whole thing is supposed to just be an RPG setting. It's supposed to be open-ended for that exact reason. Anyway. I like how you also say mannish hands. That's really sexist. But anyway, you should check yourself on that. Babaji could, if he accepts the faith boost and become a living god. He doesn't view himself as a living god. If the warp is 4-dimensional, then why has the Emperor been so inactive until recently? Because a lot of things haven't been seen about him. Celestine has still been fully active the entire time. A lot of other living saints have come before, but it's only until very recently that they started writing about them. That's pretty much it. The fluff in the books is great, but sweet Emperor, I need a Hollywood movie. I could agree with that. Maid is using Sister of Battle heads and head swaps from Victorian miniature models. So they have pith helmets, and they look really cool. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Alrighty. But yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for the new series. Like, what's going to replace Dark Imperium? I hope they continue the story. Like, please, Games Workshop, keep going with these stories. I want to know more about, like, I want a Celestine trilogy that explains, like, more of the future. Like, I want Celestine to tell Guilliman, hey, I'm your sister, technically. Because Celestine in her own book says, my father, the Emperor. And she doesn't say it in a way that she would say it as a priest. Like, the Emperor being a priest. She actually just says, my dad, essentially. So that means Celestine and Guilliman are technically related, kind of. Depending on who the Emperor slept with to make her. Because it could have been Astarte, it could have been Erda, depending. Holding out hope that Malkador comes back with Valdor and Rex face. Yo, right? I can't believe they just put Malkador back. Like, that made me happy. There is so much in 40K's lore right now that is making me happy. Man, this is so good. Oh yeah, make sure you like this video, because, yes, do it. Why not? The next big book's with Lion? That could be really cool. Yeah, so you like that series? I thought Godblight is really good. Could have been a Star Child. Yeah, Celestine is a Star Child. Like, that's confirmed in our Martyred Lady. Look like a Salamander's trilogy? I just find them to be boring. Malkador is back. Explain, please. Read Godblight. Wait, Malkador is back. When did I misread something? Godblight. Also, technically, in he's not name dropped, but Abaddon essentially says my cousin is, or my not cousin, uncle. When he was looking into the Astronomicon, he saw Malkador. Again, everyone, read Godblight. 100% available on Black Library right now. Download it. Go get it. Right now. Go. But if you want to be super awesome, support the channel, use Super Chat. Please. Thank you. No! I'm out of French fries. The gods have truly abandoned me. I'm getting that book. Also, thank you for the donation, Matthew. You're awesome and I love you. Wow, I am just out of everything right now. This sucks. Vulcan lives, stomp stomp. Oh, poor sad Vulcan noises. Aye, sad Vulcan noises. No, I do find the Salamanders to be quite, like, dull in my opinion. I think they need a new book to, like, vamp them up again. Have you read the second Gwyn novel? And if so, without spoiling it for others, how significant do you think that reveal is for the overarching lore? Beckwin novel. Is that the one? Is that the one where the Yellow King is in it? Because if so, that's actually super important. Should have read the 2 books before Godblight in the series. Yes, do it. Read those 2 books. The entire trilogy of Godblight is amazing. Like, it's 100% amazing. Godblight is out of stock. Audiobook it is then. Yes. Vulcan sitting there in his dark corner playing Battle Maze for 42 million. I could see it. How likely is it, is an Imperial and Eldar long-lasting relationship? I think the Black Templar and the Eldari of Uthway had an alliance for like 600 years. The Tower technically aligned with... No, they're not aligned with them anymore. But the Imperium is currently aligned with Yvraine. So, I mean, it really depends. But so far she hasn't done anything like crazy. And she explains things to Guilliman. There's definitely a relationship there. I ship those 2 like hardcore. Like 100% I'm shipping those 2 because I love those 2. And I think that those 2 are the only 2 that can understand each other. Yeah. Also, I'm just imagining Yvraine and the Vizark in a double date with Guilliman and Lionel Johnson. Lionel Johnson dating the Vizark, Guilliman dating Yvraine. And he's just like, what do you think Dad is probably thinking? And Lion is just like, Dad tried to build an interdimensional door to get Eldar booty. I don't think he minds. I would love to paint a Chaos Space Marine army with the color scheme is prismatic. Ooh. Constantly shifting, but I have no clue how to do that. You want to get Turbo Door color shifting paints. And you can do that. From how I read the Alliance, it's more like, don't mess with us or we won't mess with you. And don't take it. Yeah, pretty much. Except for Guilliman takes off his armor like, quite a bit. Like, he just full out takes off his armor. Like, he is half naked when he's talking to Celestine and Greyfax in their audiobook. He's probably the weirdest question and concept I've said today. Should I give a Space Marine a lightning claw for a head? What? No, that's silly. Stop it. That's it. Beating you up. Yep. Beating you up. I'm gonna go get my bolter. It's time to do some purging. I love your rain for sure. The Vizark third wheel is for sure awkward. No, the worst is freaking, oh my god, what's his name? Eldred, who Gilliman has to psychically commune with. Not Gilliman himself, but they essentially use an astropath to talk to each other. And he talks to Eldred to talk to Yvraine, and it's really funny. Rules as written allows Argon Shroud transports to move, then disembark. Ooh. Let me check that out real quick. That actually sounds pretty cool. Un momento, por favor. Wow. Okay. Codex. Okay. Let's see. Orders. Argent Shroud. Argent Shroud. Argent Shroud. Not as an army would lose a wound. Okay. And 3 inches to the bearer's movement character. Wait, so what rule exactly lets you do that? I'm just curious. Rules is written. Argent Shroud transports to move, then disembark. I'm not seeing anything for that. But yeah, if you find that, let me know. Get the flamer. The heavy flamethrower. The heavy flamer. Brother. Brother! Would the Emperor team up with Gorka Mork? Probably not, but it would be really funny. I could see Gorka Mork and the Emperor getting along. Would team up with anyone for the lols. I would love to see the Emperor in a fist fight with Gorka Mork. That would be amazing. That would truly be amazing. Alright. So again, if you guys want to support the channel, use the super chat feature. It's like right over here-ish. You can help support. And if you're super awesome, you can check out my Patreon. Patreon is in the link in the description down below. It's kind of awesome. It's got its own current series on it. Which Night House do you like lore-wise? I don't know too much about the houses, to be honest. I've read them and they didn't really stick out to me. Units count as stationary after moving. Doesn't count as moving before. Where do you... Maybe I read it wrong. Murdered Lady. Argent Shroud. Each time an enemy counts as remaining stationary. Oh, yeah, that is definitely something I can break. And yes, rules as written, that's correct. That is 100% correct. You could just disembark from them then. Ooh, that's actually scary. That means you can get a Melta squad all the way up into your opponent's backline. Because then you can disembark, move, and then shoot. So you're getting the 6-inch movement, plus the 12-inch movement, plus a 3-inch movement, plus a 6-inch movement. Ooh, that's fun. I like that. I like Argent Shroud. I didn't even think about that. Gorka Morgan and the Emperor. I can actually see that. I can see that. Gorkamork is just adorable. I love Gorkamork. Now I want more lore on Gorkamork because they don't have too much in 40k, to be honest. And they're barely talked about in any of the other books at all. God, it's 4 a.m. Oh, that sucks. Go to bed, you nerd. Sleeping is for nerds. I think their FAQ that fixed that. Something like all units inside transport still count as having moved, but I'm not sure. I could check to see if it was FAQ'd. Let's see. GW app, which has all the up-to-date rules. So, let's see. Adeptus Sororitas, data sheets. Actually, it would just be orders. So, detachment abilities? Nope. Where the heck are you? Blessings of the Faithful? No. The hell are you under? Let's go with Argent. Wow, they actually don't have it on here. Good old GW app. It's amazing. I'm so glad I have a really good version of it. Here was thinking our shroud was only good for moving and shooting heavy weapons. Yeah, I guarantee they're gonna come out with an FAQ for it, so I wouldn't build an army list around it. But if there's a tournament coming up, I definitely would. Do you think they can bring back the old ones? That's an interesting question. I do, actually. How does one get into Warhammer 40k lore? Where should I start? Also, thank you for the $10 donation. You're awesome and I love you. Where to start? It really depends. Do you want to get into 40k lore or do you want to know Space Marine lore? Like, it's very, very, very different. Personally, I would actually start with 40k and go straight into the Dark Imperium trilogy so you can get up to date with current lore, and then read things like Belisarius Call, The Great Work, Trazine, The Infinite and Divine. I'd read every book from like 2020 to now and just get caught up on all of those because that's the current lore, and I think that's far better in my opinion. And go from there, and then read like a couple of the Horus Heresy books, skip all of the filler in between, which is pretty much every book that's after the second book, after the third book, and then go straight to the Siege of Terra. The Horus Heresy is kind of like Inuyasha, where you watch like 1 or 2 episodes, you get everything that you need from like those 2 episodes, and then you skip the final act. That's gonna piss off so many people. Lizardmen lore basically says Slan were a breed of the old ones. Yeah, but that's AOS lore. Transports, I don't remember. Ooh. I'd have to check that after this. I have 1 French fry left. I would recommend starting with the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast. No. No. Don't listen to anyone else for lore. Don't listen to lore YouTubers. Read the books for yourself. Support the hobby. Buy the books. Read them. Listen to them. They're way better than people talking about them. Because people talking about them have an inherent bias that you might not have. So please, read the books for yourself. Don't rely on like other podcasts, other YouTubers, or anyone else to tell you the lore because they're telling it to you from a way that they've interpreted it. My suggestion is always support Black Library. Get the books for yourself. Read the books. Listen to the books. I'm getting back into 40k. What do you think of the Necrons Sotek? Putting Flayed One, Warriors, an okay idea. I'm not a big fan of Flayed Ones. I think they're really good. I think they're really cool looking, but I don't think they're very good, is what I meant to say. But overall, I was running my Necrons as Sotek, so I think they're really fun. Sotek is the one that's half range, double AP, right? Yeah. Again, Norn, I'm lazy. Then listen to books. So what is your opinion on Tau? I actually love the Tau. I think they're a fantastic race in 40k, and I honestly think they're one of the best additions to Warhammer. Reading some of the Primarch Horus Heresy books. I don't know why you spelled Primarch as Arch. I don't know why you capitalized that. That's weird. Don't listen to Arch Warhammer. He's a white supremacist and should play in traffic. But anyway, the Primarch books are pretty good if you want to know Horus Heresy stuff. Talking bad about Inuyasha? No, I love Inuyasha. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. I actually have an Inuyasha plushie up there. Don't have that much money? Go to Humble Bundle. They're always on Humble Bundle. Your rain, turns out each one is yelling at each other. Robots, you have rain. And then the episode ends, you're not wrong. You are 100% accurate. It's exactly the current lore in Warhammer 40k is just, well, I mean, aside from Reboot Gilliman, you know, getting the yeet stick and, you know, doing that whole dead thing. That was kind of interesting. Read the books. Definitely read the books. And if you are a member of my Discord, chances are we tell everybody when books are on sale or where to get books cheap so that it still supports Black Library and everything. And yeah, don't forget the 50 win scars. You're not wrong. Hey, just came across your channel, got into 40k this year and bought a secondhand Nid army. Is there any news for when Nids are coming with a new codex? Gods, I wish I could tell you because Nids are in a awful position right now in 40k. They're essentially like in the worst position possible. It's like somebody who tries to talk dirty to you but only slaps your ass. That's the worst position that they can possibly be in. It's really bad. That is a terrible reference. I could have done so much better. That was bad. I apologize for how bad that was. Also, thank you for subscribing. You're awesome. I gave one of my Terminators a meat shredder grinder for a head. Why? I mean, sure, if it's chaos, that's cool. The books were on sale on Humble Bundle a while ago. I think might still be there. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why you're trying to bring up ethnicity when talking about this. That's a bit weird. But yeah, books are cheap. It actually kind of is coming off as like your role playing. Okay, that's a bit weird. Yeah, Inuyasha is my wife's favorite anime. It's a really good one. So I'm struggling to come to grips with Bobby G appointing the head of the sororitas with the new codex. I lack the knowledge to know the normal way one would have occurred in pre-9th edition fluff in the codex. Okay, pre-9th edition. Okay, so pre-9th edition. That's about 2nd edition. Okay? Okay. Where is she? Ah. There's the woman that died and she replaced. Actually, she didn't even die. She just went missing. She's from 3rd edition. So, there we go. Yeah, whenever I see people like complain about current editions, I'm just like, well, here's all that lore back in the old books. Man, these like I see a delay and my pajamas do not show off my butt. That annoys me. Okay, so get up the great work and battle reports. I especially like the great atmosphere your reports have. Well, thank you. I try to make sure my community is open and welcoming to all people, except for the intolerant, but I try to make sure that I breed a welcoming community that is fun. Like, my whole idea of playing 40K is I'm not trying to beat my opponent. I am trying to entertain everybody, including my opponent. If I happen to beat them, I beat them. If they beat me in the face, I just hope it went past turn 2 so I can post the battle reports. Because I can't tell you the amount of people who just absolutely body me like turn 1, turn 2, and I'm just like, I can't post this battle report because it's too short. But thank you. This versus Craftworld box with a bunch of redone models on both sides would be awesome. Oh my god, right? Bash together 4 chain swords into a predator's... Okay, that's odd. I just started collecting my first army, 1,000 Suns. Looking forward to new codex. YouTube just recommended your stream. Oh, thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you subscribe to the channel to check out more. I have a ton of videos. Hi, watching from India. Hello! My voice is shot. I need a drink. Well, I'm off to bed. Good night and sweet dreams. Take care. But yeah, like, if you want to get into 40K's lore, we regularly try to post ways of getting from Humble Bundle, like ways of getting the books themselves, and we try to help out the community grow as much as we can. I would love to have a Deathwatch army. I'd love to have a Deathwatch, and I'm trying to avoid getting Space Marine armies of any kind, but Deathwatch kind of seems fun. Deathwatch is really fun. Deathwatch is the Space Marines that can do pretty much everything, and I really like them for it. God, I wish I had... Okay, this all melted. Sweet. I got my friend into 40K, but he has a Deathwatch... But he is a Deathwatch player. Sad Eldar noises. Yeah, that is sad Eldar noises because they picked a way better army. Eldar are kind of struggling right now. I spent so much money on the past few weeks trying to update my Necron list for the CA changes and the secondary changes. Rip Scarab Swarms. Oh my god, right? Just park 12 Scarab Swarms on an objective and just win it. But it was the same thing with Tyranids. They used to use spore pods, spore mines, to score like behind enemy lines, engage on all fronts and everything, and then they're just like, no, they don't count for anything, and it's just like, oh sweet, I love having useless stuff. I learned the lore from video games. My friend got me into the tabletop. Nice. I highly recommend a few of the books. I just checked the core book FAQ. There's rules specifically preventing units from disembarking after a transport moves unless the transport has a rule and allows you to do so. Oh, nice. Novels are the ones with the Yellow King. Okay, then I don't want to say who the Yellow King is, but I can tell you that it's absolutely significant that he is back with an army of blanks. It is super important. And honestly, once Gilliman catches wind of it, it's going to be really, really, really cool to see his reaction. Alright, I think I am going to end this stream here. I want to thank everybody for watching. Everyone who's here, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you ring this stupid bell over here, because sometimes YouTube won't even show you that I upload videos unless you ring that bell. It's dumb, I hate it, but it is what it is. And if you guys want to support the channel, please check out my Patreon. It really helps, and you get a unique series that gets updated every week. So, as always, I'm NornQueenAlexis. I love each and every single one of you. Happy wargaming. Bye. Oh, now I gotta hit buttons.